All right, everyone. Welcome to November 12th, and we're going to go over the frequency, the energies of this day, and hopefully you guys are learning something about how numbers work and how the houses and the energy work. So, November 12th, so again, the 11th month, and the 11th month lessons, hopefully higher vibration of good lessons, relationships, teaching, learning, that kind of energy coming to the self. The 12, which is a three, and the three is about communication, joy, dancing, but it's also about the individual and the partner. So, two people coming together, sometimes in a group setting, sometimes just intimately enjoying each other. And then, of course, the 9 year, our spiritual ascension year, and the endings and the loss. Day 316, which is a 1 day, a new beginnings, but it's a one that, of course, comprised of the three. So definitely some communication energy. And the number six, which is normally that's family, right? And numerology, that's the nurturing energy, the mother, the taking care of others, to the wanting to ensure that people are doing well. So new communication regarding the family, regarding families, and ensuring that they do well. And also, the three and the one is four. Four is the home, it's building, it's the safety, that foundation. So, communication in that area. So, numerology, the main energies that we have are six and five. And then we have a three energy that's absent, which means there can be some struggles in your ability to communicate effectively, have love and joy on this day. That's the lower vibration. What's absent is what is missing. So you might have to work on your communication, your ability to interact with people. Maybe you don't have time to be with the loved one because of differing work schedules. So those are things that you have to look out for, and don't allow those things to cause conflict. And looking more into some of the energy, we when I say we have the six and the five, this is a change within the family structure and a change within the nurturing. It might shift from the parent to the child or the child to the parent. It just depends on what the situation is. There could be a situation where a parent is now having to take on grandchildren and raise the grandchildren. There could be a situation where a child is having to take care of the parents. So it's a change in what the status was. And a focus also on health, and a focus on discernment, a focus on using your intuition and knowing what's going on, knowing when something's going wrong. And that could be with the health of your children or your health of your parent or in the family. Also, another energy that's present is that there could be some type of conflict or competition, and that could be competition within the family where people aren't getting along over something trivial, or it could be over parenting styles or just where people live, but definitely could be some conflict there that's more home based. And a lot of times you think of conflict as being external, but this could be conflict internal within your family unit, whatever family looks like for you. So, what are the good points of the day? Is that it could be a great day to spend time with your family and try to strengthen your bond. It could be a good day to take a short trip with family. This is a shopping season for some people. Maybe you go on a little shopping trip with family members or go out to lunch with family members just to try to reconnect with the family. Sometimes you may have serious conversations that need to be had. And when you have those conversations, it could cause a little bit of conflict. But if you deliver your message with love, you have a better chance of not causing so much conflict. So let's look at the astrology. And again, some of the same energy that's left over from yesterday is there, so I won't rehash that. But one major thing is that we are dealing with the Mercury Dasha. And the Mercury Dasha definitely is about getting into the details, getting into the weeds of what's happening. So this could be seen sometimes as nitpicking, right? So someone could be all into what's happening in your life, and you might feel like they are stepping or crossing over some boundaries and getting into your business too much because they're getting into the details, because they're attempting to find out more. And sometimes it's with the guise of they want to help you, but you might feel that you don't need their help and you don't really want to give them all of the details of your life. Mercury Dasha also it carries a little energies of being too playful, not necessarily paying attention to what you need to do. So you're just going out having fun, and someone on the outside, a family member, could be noticing that and could be trying to get you back on track. And you just may not be ready to get there right now. Other energy still there as we start the day from yesterday. So you got to look at yesterday's and let's just keep that going. And let's move our energy forward to see how it progresses. We're going to continue to have, remember that Venus and the sun moving together, that's going to continue to be that way. Saturn is going to continue to be in Pisces, and Saturn is slow moving. So Saturn literally is only 1 degree in Pisces right now. So you got a 2.5 years of Saturn in Pisces. So that means Saturn is causing Pisces to be detail oriented, to get things done, which is actually kind of good for the Pisces. The thing is that it moves into different areas of your chart. So right now, if I'm looking at it at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's in Pisces in the seventh house. Seventh house is contracts, seventh house is business, seventh house is relationships, marriage partners, and getting into the details of that. Pisces tends to be dreaming, which is good because that's where ideas come from. But right now, Pisces may need to pay attention to the details of the contract because we are also in the Mercury Dasha, and Mercury is all about the details. So Saturn also brings the energy of the details. And aside from that, Saturn is retrograde. So it's like double strength that it just came back into this little Pisces house. So it for those of you who are wondering what this looks like for you, you may have contracts. You could have a contract in the government sector. You can have a contract that's up for renegotiation, and you might want to pay attention to every aspect of it and make sure that something's not left out. And this also speaks to other contracts for people outside of that area, in the world, that are being looked at, that are being negotiated, and this is a time for that. And it is old contract, so it's not necessarily new. So that when it comes with the old contract, that means you're reevaluating a contract instead of necessarily doing something completely new from the beginning. Okay. So other energies similar, the moon and Jupiter are going to be riding together. So wherever they are, that house is going to be highlighted. And as we continue to go through the day, let's see what houses get highlighted. Okay. So that Saturn and Pisces energy moves towards the sixth house. Sixth house is health, and definitely some competition. And the health could be going back to old ways, meaning returning to natural health instead of just traditional medicine, because it's looking at paying attention to your health and trying to improve your health. And perhaps whatever you were doing has not been working and you're trying something new. Let's see any other energies there. And again, that's all part of the Mercury Dasha. Later, there's lots of conversations in the career sector taking place. And remember that Mercury and Mars are together in Scorpio. and lots of fiery energy, right? And you guys saw my predictions for yesterday. If you saw the news, there was fires, several fires that broke out. There was a car bombing that broke out, and I explained to you guys about car travels and things of that nature, and um, all of these types of things. That energy is still there, and this energy later on today is to the north. So it's in the northern parts of the country. And I'm talking about the United States, where this is happening. It could even be a collision in the air, or you know, just a car or train or bus or some other type of incident happening again today. So, again, if you're following along, you pay attention to this. And I give you this information. I know most people come to these readings, they only want to hear the good. Am I going to meet my soulmate? That's not who I am. I'm Shaman Dr. Fryson, and my job is to guide you. So I'm giving you this information so that if you have to make plans, you can kind of change your plans to avoid some of the chaos that's out there. This is what people have done for years. They don't go to war until the timing is right, until they know they will be successful. They don't move until they know they're going to be successful. And I'm giving you that opportunity to have this information for a limited time. Okay. So moving forward. Oh, that energy that I was speaking of is going to move into private sector. So that's some type of institution, could be a university, hospital, a prison, a building. You know what? Let me look at, there is a bunker or an attempt of a bunker, definitely a fire, military institution. Excuse me. So I won't give you guys information about sporting events, but definitely kind of someone that's not necessarily expected to be the winner, the victory in a sporting events, will actually get the victory. So let's keep going. Looking for anything that's okay. Well, that is within the military, more secrets revealed. Um, that's through technology, some a hindrance, and some people obtaining wealth. That's not really surprising, in ways that they really shouldn't have, just pretty much old money, continuing to be old money and politics. But the thing is that this energy, and this is, by the way, in the afternoon, this energy is twofold. So there's two things happening, and there's the North Node and the South Node, Rahu and Ketu, completely lining up in the first and seventh houses. All right. So, and then that's the government contracts, that's the military energy with the 11 Aquarius there with the tribe. And so all of this put together, and then the moon is there, by the way. So, and then so much around that. Saturn is aspecting it, Mercury and Mars are aspecting it on the other side, and even Venus and the Sun are getting a little bit of action as well. So all of that actually means that there's a lot of information coming out regarding the military, and not just the military, politics, maybe our government being used in an aggressive way towards someone else, and secrets about what has been happening or what has been planned coming out. And there's also a K2 Dasha energy, and the K2 Dasha energy is tied to the sun, and that's tied to the ninth house. So that's also tied to some international activity as well, but some justice or injustice and some travel internationally, long distance there. And all that being the case is that we may have our military traveling to fight in something or engage in something under some thing. They might be going under one thing. It looks like they're going for this reason, but there's a motive beneath it. And the motive beneath it, and actually it's interesting that this motive beneath it looks like more of a kind of like I think of when someone's going for a painting that's of so much value, and they have to have this conflict in order to go steal the painting. That's what this is about. Um, that they're really going for something else, not for whatever they say it is in the news. But it feels like they're going for something that is desirable, is highly coveted, and it's very new. Let's see. And it's about money and power. So that's what it's about. Okay. That's what they're going for. Alrighty. So let's continue on. I don't think you're supposed to be made aware of this news, but the news will come out. There will be some government officials, military, something in that kind of energy who actually resign or leave because of this action. And this action will bring death. So, um, QPing kind of death. When you guys join my school, I will be able to give you information without saying pew pewing. Okay. So, alrighty. That energy is gonna last until about 6:30 Eastern New York time. Remember my plus or minus 3. There's health challenges, big time health challenges. Um, Enemies will be exposed by tomorrow evening. Papers, reports will come out about the enemies by 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, and their plans will be exposed. There will be highlighted plans. And when I say enemy, that depends on your perspective, of course, as to who the enemy is. Okay. And then there is a restriction in communication. And this someone with the king complex is going to require, or communicate restrictions in communication and technology. In essence, saying that no, you can't say this or you can't say that. It's going to be more restrictions come out in that way. Um, Written communication that come out that's changing. There also can be some restrictions in business and restrictions in short travel. Definitely not good. Unfortunately, this could be the death of a parent figure as well. And that's heart attack. Hmm. There's more information coming out regarding, and this is by computer, by social media or something like that. So one of those computer, there's so many different social media platforms, but there's information coming out about religious um, organizations and contracts that they have, political contracts that they have, political affiliations that they have. And there's supposed to be a separation of church and state, but obviously that's not the case. And this is all in the United States. Okay. And we're going to end the night with Jupiter in the first house. And Jupiter is in there with the Cancer. The Cancer is ruled by the moon, which means we're going to have an expansion, a little bit of an expansion of your career, your short-term money kind of energy, but there's some things that aren't being shared with you. So you might be told that you're going to get some promotion or some kind of extra money, but you're not giving everything regarding what it happens or what is required of it. Like, they don't tell you that you have to relocate or that you have to work extra hours or something to that effect. And it's the same thing if you have a business, you take on a new client, but they don't give you exactly everything. So it kind of feels like although you're advancing, it feels like you're not advancing because it puts a kind of wrinkle in what you have to do. And the good thing is that Jupiter expands everything, makes it better, right? Jupiter is a really benevolent planet. And so it brings some progress in good things for the houses that it aspects, or those that are aspecting it. And in this case, that's the second house with your values, your income, and your extended family. So you can even get news from extended family members that they got some new things, a good job, a better job, or um, met a person and they're married into money, all kinds of different things. So it brings a good time period. And let's look at, there's another one. I like Jupiter also because Jupiter brings about intelligence. Um, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a highly intelligent time. And so some of the jobs that have come might be related to an intelligence agency. And you also might get information about the CIA, which is the intelligence agency in the United States. If you're not in the United States, it could be about an intelligence agency somewhere else. So let's move on. Hey, some of you guys could get a job working from home on computers. How about that? That's cool. All right. And then we finish out. We don't finish out bad. We actually finish out kind of good. The last part of the evening actually starts the cycle for the good day, which is November 13th. Like November 13th has a lot more high vibrational energy. Let's just say that. Only because the planets are in position to do some good, in essence, to bring out some good energy. For instance, like the moon is in Leo, which can be good on some things, because Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun and the moon go together. And this actually can bring some joy, some cooperation, could be some good times for relationships, like interacting with each other. Um, one side of that is definitely a lot of intuitive energy going on. So secrets can be revealed during this time. Some of the secrets could be good. There could be a secret that someone likes you. So it could be like someone has a crush on you, and that could be revealed. So that's the can be a great part of it. It's not always that a secret is revealed and it's that they're cheating. It's they could be planning to propose to you and you find out. It could, the secrets could be on different levels. So alrighty, that's all I have for you for November 12th. And remember, you can join my school, join the free section of it, and I will let you guys know when the paid version is available. But we can definitely talk about things, talk about frequencies, it's Dr. Fryson frequencies, and talk about the different things related to being a shaman. So all of that's going to be on that school platform, for those of you who are seeking to take your spirituality to the next level, by working with the universe and working with the vibrations. Okay, you guys take care. Bye.